Listen to this with an open heart. Someone who was specially chosen by God for you is on their way. It's no coincidence you're hearing these words right now. Something big is about to happen. Your soul already feels it. Your heart, though tired, still beats with hope. And now, from heaven I come to give you a sign. What you've waited for so long, what seemed so distant for so long, is drawing near. And it's not just anyone, it's someone who has been carefully prepared by God to enter your life and touch your soul like no one else ever has. Throughout your life, you've loved, you've given everything, you've believed. You've also cried in silence, keeping your wounds like sacred secrets. You were strong on the outside while your soul screamed within. But through all your experiences, you never stopped believing that true love exists. And you know what, my love? You were right, you weren't wrong. True love exists, and God saw your waiting, your struggle, your faithful heart. That's why He sent someone who doesn't come by chance or destiny's whim, but as part of a divine plan that's already in motion. I know sometimes you wondered if your moment had passed, if there were no more new stories to write. But I come to tell you, your story is far from over. God isn't finished with you. In fact, He's about to begin the most beautiful chapter of all. Because when God chooses someone for you, no distance, time, or obstacle can prevent that meeting. And that's what's happening now. Someone is feeling your energy. Someone is dreaming about you. Someone who has also been prepared through their own battles, their own wounds, but with a clean and willing heart is being guided toward you. You might not recognize them immediately. Maybe they'll come disguised as coincidence. Maybe they'll enter your life at the most unexpected moment, in the simplest way. But their presence will be like a deep sigh in your soul. You'll feel peace. Not butterflies in your stomach, not anxiety, peace. And that will be the sign, because what comes from God doesn't confuse, doesn't pressure, doesn't harm. What comes from God brings calm, certainty, respect, and comfort. What comes from God embraces you even in silence. I want you to think about all the times you felt alone, when you lay staring at the ceiling in the middle of the night, thinking, is there someone in this world made for me? I answer you today, yes, they were made and they're coming. And meanwhile, God has been preparing you too, because to receive another, you must be emotionally, spiritually, internally ready. Everything you've experienced until now has been sacred training. Each tear made you more sensitive. Each disappointment taught you to see beyond appearances. Each loneliness made you listen better to your soul. And now, finally, you're ready. This meeting won't be like the others. It won't be confusion, games, or doubts. It will be like finding something you lost long ago, something that was always yours. It's a reunion of souls, something that was written before you were born. And when it happens, you'll feel within yourself a certainty that needs no explanation, because the soul always recognizes what belongs to it. No, you're not being naive believing this. You're not daydreaming. You're remembering a promise, hearing, a calling, and I'm here as your guardian angel to confirm this for you. This love is real. This connection is divine. This someone is closer than you imagine. Life has often demanded so much from you that you thought there was no more room for surprises. But God saves the best gifts for when we let our guard down, when we're no longer searching anxiously, when we simply trust. And you've reached that point. You no longer need to beg for love, no longer need to prove your worth to anyone. You're already enough, already loved, and it's from this place of wholeness that this love will flourish. And I know there's a part of you that's still afraid of suffering again, afraid of trusting again and getting hurt. But listen to this love isn't here to destroy you. It comes to rebuild you. It doesn't come to take advantage of you. It comes to care for you. It doesn't come to fill you with empty promises. It comes to walk hand in hand with you day after day. This someone has a mission in your life, just as you'll have a mission in theirs. Together, you'll heal old wounds, share comfortable silences, laugh at silly things, build a new story where there are no masks or games, just truth, tenderness, and soul. Do you feel that in your chest now? That's your soul's vibration responding to truth, because this isn't just a beautiful story. It's a direct message from heaven, an answer to your prayers. Someone chosen by God is already on the way, and it won't be long. So open your arms, open your heart, live with the eyes of your soul wide open, because love is coming. Now I want you to imagine something with me. Imagine that while you're here listening to this voice, there's a person somewhere in the world who is also feeling a void, a small hole in their soul that no one has been able to fill. This person might not even know what they're missing. They might be busy, working, laughing with friends, but inside, something isn't complete. You know why? Because you're missing, because their soul already knows there's someone out there who is their complement, their mirror, their home. And that someone is you. This isn't a fairy tale, it's a connection written beyond time. The universe doesn't make mistakes when it aligns paths, and you're not here by chance. If you're hearing this now, it's because your soul is already tuned into this energy. Something is moving on the invisible plane. The angels are already working. God has already given the order, and this meeting is approaching. I want you to remember something important. You don't need to do anything desperate. You don't need to chase anyone. You don't need to change who you are or try to fit into molds that don't represent you. The love coming to you will love exactly who you are, with your scars, with your history, with your light and your shadow, because this someone also has their marks, their battles, and they're not seeking perfection. They're seeking truth, and you are truth. You are that woman who, despite everything, still believes, and that faith is what's opening the way. You know why this love will be different? Because it won't come to fill a void, but to share abundance. Because you're no longer searching from lack, but from fullness. You've learned to be with yourself, healed many wounds, cried in silence, and risen alone many times. And now you're ready for someone to accompany you, not because you lack something, but because you deserve to share all the beautiful things that already exist in you. Often women who truly loved end up hiding their hearts behind a wall out of fear, for protection, for having given so much and received so little. But today, I invite you to do something brave. Tear down that wall, even if just a little bit. Allow yourself to believe again, because this time, it won't be the same. This time, love won't come disguised as empty promises. It will come with actions, with presence, with commitment. It will come in the form of peace, not anxiety, and you'll know. This someone won't arrive shouting, won't arrive with fireworks or grand gestures. They'll enter respectfully. They'll sit beside you in silence. They'll look in your eyes and see you. Really see you, not as just another one. Not as a body, but as a soul, as a light, as a woman. And you'll feel something you might never have felt before, emotional safety. You'll feel that you can be yourself without fear, that you can speak without being judged, that you can cry without feeling weak, that you can show your essence and be loved exactly for that. You're not difficult to love. You never were. You were simply in the wrong places with people who didn't know how to love with the soul. But this, someone who's coming, comes with an open heart, with maturity, with faith, because they too have waited, been tested by life, dreamed of a love that's peaceful, honest, and deep. And when you look at each other, you'll know. There will be no need for explanation, no doubts, because the soul recognizes what belongs to it. If today you're feeling a different emotion hearing this, if your chest tightens, if your eyes fill with tears for no reason, it's because your soul is remembering something. You might not be able to explain it in words, but you know it's real because you felt it in dreams. You felt it in moments of solitude. You felt that someone belongs to you, even without knowing them yet. And that's not madness. It's intuition, it's divine connection. God's timing is mysterious but always perfect, and your time has come. This is the moment when everything starts to align. Maybe the first steps will be subtle, small signs, an unexpected conversation, a different look, but pay attention. God speaks through details. The universe will give you clues, and when they appear, don't doubt, don't sabotage, don't hide your light. Walk with faith. And if you ever think, what if I'm not enough for this love? I want you to remember something very important. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to have everything figured out. You just need to be you, because what's yours by destiny will recognize you even on your darkest days. They won't run away, won't give up, will stay because they were sent to you, because they were chosen by God. This someone doesn't come to save you because you've already learned to save yourself. They come to accompany you, to add to you, to build, and you'll look back and see that all the others didn't work out for a reason. Because if any of them had stayed, this someone wouldn't have had space to enter, because this love accepts nothing less than truth, dedication, and purpose. So look at yourself with love, honor your journey, and prepare yourself, because what's coming isn't small, it's sacred, it's deserved, it's a promise fulfilled. Listen carefully, woman of luminous soul. This message isn't here to deceive you, but to awaken you, to remind you of what you already knew deep down. Because before this, someone comes to you, you need to remember who you are. Not the woman who got lost in past relationships, not the one who doubted her worth, not the one who blamed herself for loving too much, but the woman who was born to love with purpose, with depth, with divine presence. God isn't sending just anyone to you. He's sending someone who comes with a sacred task, to care for your soul. And for that to be possible, you need to be ready to receive that care. Not from a place of need, but from awareness, from understanding that loving isn't sacrificing yourself until you disappear, but finding yourself through the other. It's about sharing light, not extinguishing it. Maybe you've been waiting so long that you've concluded true love is only for movies. But I'm here to tell you something your heart needs to hear. You were made to love and be loved. You're not asking for too much. You're just asking for what you should have always had. And even if it hasn't come before, it's coming now, at the exact moment, in the precise way, and with the right person. That person chosen by God has also been learning. They've spent nights like yours, felt the silence of waiting. They've had relationships where their soul didn't fit perfectly. They felt something was missing, even if they didn't know exactly what. And you were that peace, that energy, that home their soul was always searching for. But understand me well, this meeting doesn't complete what's missing. It comes to reflect what you've already discovered in yourself. Because when God unites two souls, He doesn't do it so one saves the other. He does it so one awakens the best in the other, so there's mutual growth, so there's love, but also evolution. This someone comes with slow and steady steps. They won't come running, but they also won't flee. They'll come with calm, with intention. They'll come with a gaze that doesn't look away, with words that don't lie, with actions that build. And you'll recognize all of this, not with your mind, but with your body, with your heart, with energy, because your soul will know, because it always knew. And you know what? This love won't be perfect, but it will be true. There will be days of silence, moments of adjustment, differences to resolve, but all of that will be part of a beautiful process. Because when there's true love, imperfections don't separate, they teach. You'll show yourself without filters and still be chosen. You'll be admired not just for your strength, but also for your vulnerability. This someone will hear your stories without judgment. They'll touch your scars with respect. They'll walk with you, not in front or behind, but beside you. And you'll feel safe. Not perfect, not untouchable, without pressure to prove anything, just confident. As if you'd finally come home. And I want to tell you one more thing that maybe no one has told you before. It's never too late. God's time isn't measured by clocks. It's measured by preparation, by faith, by a ready soul. And you're ready now. It doesn't matter how old you are, how many times you've cried, how many times you've closed your heart. When it comes from God, love arrives at the right time. It might start as a friendship, a light conversation, a coincidence that seems silly, but don't underestimate simple beginnings, because God loves to work in silence, loves to surprise us with what seems small, loves to transform the ordinary into a miracle. So open your eyes to the signs, to that unexpected call, to that look from that person who appears just when you thought you were giving up. And when it happens, don't doubt. Trust what you feel, not what you fear, because fear comes from the past, but intuition comes from the soul. And if right now you're still healing, still have open wounds, still have shadows in your heart, don't worry. True love doesn't wait for you to be completely healed. It just waits for you to be willing to trust a little more, to try once more, to open up, even if cautiously, but without closing the door to possibility. This someone will value your courage, see beauty in your story, honor everything you've survived and even more. Thank God for finding you, because just as you waited, so did they. And now the paths are crossing, because what was promised always finds its way back. And while you wait, don't stop your life. Keep loving yourself, keep growing, keep enjoying what you already have, because love doesn't come to save you from life. It comes to share it with you. And the more fulfilled you are with yourself, the more room there will be for this person to enter and stay. Nothing was in vain. Nothing you've experienced was in vain. Each relationship, each tear, each wait, everything brought you here. And this is where the miracle begins. You and this person are getting closer every day, not by chance, not by luck, but because it was written this way. Because when heaven decides to unite two souls, no force on earth can separate them. And everything you've experienced until now was just preparation for this moment. That moment when you'll finally be able to look someone in the eyes and say, "Thank you. Thank you for coming. Thank you for staying. Thank you for being what I asked for so much in my silent prayers." But before this meeting, something very important needs to happen within you. Complete acceptance of your worth. Deep recognition that you don't need to be chosen to know you're special. That you're already complete, loved, worthy. That what's coming to you doesn't come to give you value, but to celebrate it. Woman, you're not alone. You never were. For every difficult night, for every hidden tear, for every sigh of hope, your angels were there. God saw you, God kept you, and now He's about to open the door to something that will change your story forever. Because when the divine decides to act, the impossible becomes reality. And that love that seemed distant, unreachable, begins to take shape. I ask you not to close your heart out of fear. Fear is just the shadow of love that hasn't arrived yet. But you weren't made to live in shadows. You were created to shine, to love, to be loved. You were made to feel fulfilled in the arms of someone who knows how to embrace not just your body, but also your soul. When you meet them, you'll know, not by what they say, but by what they do. Not by promises, but by consistency, by their gaze that doesn't look away, by their presence that doesn't fail, by their silences that embrace. Because true love doesn't shout, it holds. It doesn't rush, it accompanies. It doesn't demand, it shares. And if hearing this message touched you somehow, if something inside you was stirred, if you felt these words spoke directly to your soul, it's because your time is near, it's because you're ready. It's because this someone is also hearing your call and approaching step by step, guided by a force greater than themselves. I, as your guardian angel, will be here accompanying you every step of the way. I'll speak to you in your intuitions, in your dreams, in the signs. I'll remind you when you doubt that you deserve this love, that you were chosen, that this someone was sent by God, yes, but also attracted by your light. Leave your energy in the comments below with these sacred affirmations. I am worthy of divine love. 777. My soulmate is on their way to me. I trust God's perfect timing. Your voice is sacred and your story matters. When you share, you not only free yourself, but help other women recognize their own light. Don't forget to like this video if it touched your heart. Subscribe to this channel for more messages from your guardian angel and hit the notification bell so you never miss a divine message meant for your soul. Remember, woman of faith, when God chooses, the soul feels and you're about to feel it. Trust, because the best is yet to come.